Hello everyone and welcome back, and I am now in possession of this case. I just got it from the shipment, and this is the Rosewell Legacy V3 Plus B. It's the power button in the front. It's really small. It's also a fingerprint magnet, but that's alright. Yeah. It looks pretty good. Very nice. Good materials. The brushed metal. Has the ports there on the side and ventilation all over this side panel that comes off, and place for the fans, graphics card, audio card, stuff like that, PCI. Inside there is all the connection cables and the feet for the bottom, and the hookup for the power plug. Hard drives are mounted on the bottom panel. Nothing on the top. But yeah, something that actually has is a hard drive LED, but I'm not quite sure where it goes, because this is the power, and there's a power LED ring around it, but I'll have to see, because there's no LEDs on the side either, or on the top. Not unless half of this LED lights up, and like the other half does for hard drive indicator, or something like that, but I don't really know, so we'll have to see. It also came with screws for the hard drives, so that's real good, because I was missing them. Alright, so I have the case opened, and you can get a better look inside. This is where the power button connects, and the USB things, the little circuit boards. There's the USB 3.0 plug, USB, and the LEDs, and power switch, and the little feet that came with it that I'll be putting on. I also checked out the bottom where you put the hard drive, and I realized I won't exactly be able to fit the fan controller there on the bottom like I was expecting. But I have a better idea. Instead of putting it on the inside, why don't I put it on the outside? And I was actually checking out this PCI Express port back here, the second one, because I'm not going to be putting a 2-slot graphics card in here. I might eventually put in a 1-slot, an old one that I have, but I'm not going to be doing a 2-slot because the power supply won't support that. So I can actually have these 4 knobs sticking out of that slot down there, and be able to adjust the fans from outside the case, as long as I just glue it in there correctly. So that is going to be pretty cool, and it will remove some of the clutter down there in the bottom of the case. So I think I'm going to get attaching those feet, and I might try to do the hard drive, putting that in. But let's see. The motherboard slot, yeah, the motherboard will still fit if I put the hard drive in. That's just what I'm worried about. I think the only thing I can't put in right now is the power supply, because all the motherboard has to go behind it. Because the power supply goes right here where my hand is. Mounts in on those screws right there. So I'm going to get building. Yeah, so I didn't put the hard drive in, like I said, because we have got some more shipments. I did get the feet on, but I already put in this panel, but we have the motherboard feet. We have, oh, that's something else. There's the motherboard, the MSI, manual for that. There's all that stuff. Okay, so the motherboard is in, and all of the connections are made for the USB and the audio and the power LEDs and HD stuff and like that. That's all mounted, good. Actually, it's kind of interesting, the headers underneath the motherboard were already installed in the case, so I didn't have to put any on myself. That was kind of good. But next, we have a CPU to put on. Let's go ahead and here it is. Comes with a fancy sticker. Set that right there. And the cooler, which looks pretty good. Pretty small. It's always nice. So let's go ahead and pop open this CPU. Pull that so it doesn't die. And pull it up. Okay, CPU, AMD A6. Oh no, not the focus thing again. Come on. Camera is bad. Pins. Okay, so I'll spin this back around. There we go. Hard doing this one-handed. Let's go ahead and plug in the CPU. I have it right here, lined up with the corner. And there we go. It's in there good. Let's lock it down. And okay. Very good. Alright, let me get that cooler on. Don't think I'll be able to do that on camera, because from what I've heard, these AMD stock coolers are pretty tricky. So, let me go ahead and do that. Alright, cooler is installed. There it is. Yep, works good. Doesn't get stuck on anything. I have a stick of RAM stolen from my computer. My other computer, that is. So, let's move this cable out of the way for right now. Can I get it back behind? Yeah. Okay, RAM stick. Wait a minute. Don't want to force it in there. These don't come open, do they? No. It only has one clip. The other one is just always on the clip. There. Push down as hard as I can. Yeah, that's in there. Okay. Now, I'm not quite sure what I should do next. I might try to get these cables fixed correctly, and then maybe I will put the hard drive in. Sounds like a good idea. Okay. Okay, it's looking good. Have the hard drive mounted in there, and everything else is also present. My sticker there in the corner for AMD A6 Black Edition. I think I'm going to work with the fan controller now, trying to get it into that PCI Express slot. And if I can't do that, then I'll just end up putting it probably on top of the hard drive. But I really want to be able to do that, because then I don't have to open the case, especially because this case requires 4 screws to open the side panel. So trying to adjust the fans would be pretty hard. I'd have to have a screwdriver available to do that. So I'm going to try to install that into this PCI Express right now. So this is what we have. I installed the fans and everything necessary. I think the only thing left is a power supply. And I've also done a lot of cable management type things. I put a twist tie up there, for instance. Just make sure all of these things are secure where they need to be. The RAM stick is in, that's all good. There's a piece down there. All these are glued down. That is in. Power plug. There are the 4 fans, all neatly wired and screwed in the back. With only 2 screws, I didn't have a whole lot of screws able to work, so I just used 2 for each fan, and it's more than enough, really. I probably could have just used 1 or just glued the fans on, but that'll make it real secure. And here's this on the back here. It's pretty secure. I just have it a line of hot glue there and a line on the bottom, and it really isn't going to go anywhere. And it fixed the problem of the this one being sticky. So that is always good. They're all pretty loose. Well, they're not really loose. They're right where they need to be. They're not too sticky. They're not too easy to turn. So yeah, I still have that one slot there that I could put a PCI Express out of. And if I really wanted to add a 2-slot PCI Express, I could just take this out and move it somewhere else. It's just hot glued, so it wouldn't take that long, actually, just to rip it out. But I think all that's left is installing the power supply, so it's time to do that, and then the build will be completed. Amazing. Oh boy, it's in. Everything in place. Power supply. Now I just gotta put the cover on, and then we can see if this thing boots up. You really can't. If I want to do anything this computer, maintenance, cleaning, or whatever, upgrades, I'm pretty much going to have to take this power supply out, because it's taking up this entire wall. It's kind of funny. Well, it's all closed and connected. Computer. I have a keyboard here. I have a thing hooked up to this screen, and we are going to turn it on. See what happens. Power strip. There we go, green LED. No signal, and we're going to press the power button. Good sign. Oh, nice. It works. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys next time. Let's see what this thing says. CPU 33. Nice. It's kicking up. Alright. Success. Nice. Alright.